Endurance road bikes, like this one here, are hugely popular with cyclists who want the performance and speed of a road race bike, but wrapped up with more comfort for dealing with the crappy road surfaces most of us have to contend with, and just doing really long rides, sportives and avid challenge events. Common features include disc brakes, wide tyres, more relaxed geometry, and sometimes features designed to provide a smoother ride, or just clever carbon fibre layout and tube shapes. So in this video, I picked some of my favourite and some of the best endurance bikes in the category at the moment, a wide range of prices and different frame materials for you to consider this year if you're looking for a new bike. Let's start with arguably the bike that kicked off this whole category all those years ago. The Roubaix, named after the most iconic cobbled classic bike race, was first launched in 2003 and has evolved a lot during that time. Gone are the Zertz inserts, and in came the novel Future Shock spring, which isolates the handlebars from a lot of the impacts that come through the front wheel and into the handlebar. Combined with a skinny seat post inside a bigger diameter seat tube, the Roubaix provides a very balanced ride comfort and impressive smoothness. So if comfort is top of your list, the Roubaix needs to be at the top of your list. The latest version has an adjuster dial so you can lock out or open the Future Shock as you need. Tyre clearance has been increased. It's now lighter, more aerodynamic and stiffer too, making it a better all-round performance bike. But sadly, there are no mudguard mounts, which holds it back from being a 10 out of 10 bike. The Cannondale Synapse is a long-running model in the US company's range that has been evolved to meet the changing demands of both pro bike riders and amateur riders alike. It has been heavily developed hand in hand with pro riders such as Peter Sagan and developed for the tough roads of Paris-Roubaix and other cobbled classics. However, it's equally at home on a regular UK road where potholes and rough surfaces abound. To achieve the smooth ride, Cannondale has used clever tube shaping and carbon fibre layout, a super skinny seat post and wide tyres to achieve the smooth ride that it offers with no suspension devices. The geometry strikes a nice balance between the engaging response of a race bike but more relaxed steering for long rides. It's now designed solely around disc brakes, and you can fit mudguards, and it will even take on some light gravel action. Truly a really versatile all-rounder. If you don't want carbon, and there are many good reasons not to choose carbon these days, then the steel-framed Mason Resolution is a smart and stylish choice. Mason cycles were early to embrace disc brakes, wide tyres and modern endurance bike geometry, and the Resolution, now in its second generation, delivers an impressively smooth ride that made you wonder what all the fuss about carbon is. It is reassuringly expensive for a steel bike though, but it does look absolutely splendid and is packed with nice features that shows considerable attention to detail. It's made from high quality Italian Columbus Spirit and Life tubing with clever adaptable cable routing and brand new CNC machined single piece dropouts incorporating the brake mount. And since it's a British bike, there's a full complement of rack and mudguard mounts for year-round capability, and with mudguards fitted, there's space for up to a 30mm tyre. The Trek Domane was originally developed with Fabien Cancellara, one of the most successful classic riders who dominated on the cobbles of Flanders and Roubaix. The Domane was his bike of choice not just for these races, but throughout the season, proving how good an all-rounder this bike really is. Trek developed its unique ISO speed decoupler, which basically allows the seat post and saddle to flex more under a big impact. It works too, providing notable smoothness when you're riding over cobbles or slamming into potholes. The latest version offers an adjustable ISO speed decoupler to suit different riders and roads, and joined at the front by a stereo tube that's allowed to bend. Sounds scary, I know, but it does work. It's not quite as effective as a specialised Future Shock for ironing out bumps through the handlebars, but it still works very well. We've seen endurance bikes edge ever closer to gravel bikes, and the new Domane SLR takes a much closer step, with space for up to 38mm tyres, which is simply massive for a road bike. It's also aerodynamic. You can even stash food and tools in a down tube compartment, and there are sensibly mudguard mounts. Giant shocked the world in 2015 when it updated its popular Defy endurance bike with disc brakes across the range. The first real sign that rim brakes were being phased out on endurance bikes. That's simply due to customer demand. These bikes might be developed by and for the pros, but as regular cyclists, you and I, wanting a smooth bike for dealing with rough roads and long rides, that these bikes are really pitched at, and disc brakes are great for all weather, all round braking performance. Like Cannondale, Giant relies on clever tube shaping and carbon fibre layup to deliver a smooth ride. Its key feature are D-shaped tubes for the seat post and handlebar, which allow them to flex more when riding over rough roads. Giant might not be the sexiest or most desirable bike brand in the world, but the value for money is excellent, and the design and quality is always first class. And on the road, the performance of the Defy is hard to fault. Proving that you don't have to spend a fortune, and some of the bikes in the video are quite pricey, then the Triban 520 is a hugely popular bike at a price that doesn't break the bank. You might not get the fancy carbon frame and suspension of the other bikes in this video, but the geometry provides a relaxed fit thanks to a tall head tube and a short top tube. That makes it a comfy bike to sit on for long rides, and it's also very accessible to less experienced cyclists who are put off by the head-down, aggressive geometry of a race bike. The aluminium frame and carbon fork are surprisingly adept at dealing with rough roads, and a space for wide tyres as well to take the edge off impacts and crappy roads. You can also fit mudguards and racks for extra versatility. So the Triban 520 is a really good choice that won't break the bank. Okay, I hope that selection of bikes was interesting and useful to you. If you've got any questions about any of these bikes, do put them in the comment section down below. And alternatively, if you're looking at other bikes which I haven't mentioned and you want advice on, put them in the comment section down below. Love to hear from you and your thoughts on these bikes and other bikes in this category going forward. But that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoy watching this video, and hit the subscribe button down below. And I'll see you all again for another look at some of the latest bikes in 2020.